RTP is going to be amazing. Whether or not you work in RTP, you're going to want to watch this video to see what big plans are ahead as RTP transforms itself into a hub where you can live, work, and play. I'm Allison Warnerowski with the W Real Estate Group in Raleigh, and in this video, we will give you everything you need to know about the Research Triangle Park, and then talk about the plans for the new Hub RTP that's currently under construction. Starting off, the Research Triangle Park began in 1959 with the goal of expanding upon the research of its three surrounding universities of NC State, UNC, and Duke, which you see that it is conveniently situated between. Today, it's over 7,000 acres in size with over 375 companies and 65,000 workers, making it the largest research and development park in the United States, and is a major reason why the Raleigh-Durham area has skyrocketed in popularity. Companies like GlaxoSmithKline, IBM, Cisco, Microsoft, and more have been in RTP for quite some time, while others like Apple, Google, and Meta have recently announced their intended presence. Let's take a closer look at the map. As you can see, the Research Triangle Park is between Raleigh, Durham, and Chapel Hill, and it's just northwest of the RDU International Airport. You'll notice that I-40 and I-885 run right through it, and for anyone who's been around Raleigh, you know that I-40 gets very backed up from those commuting from the Raleigh area. Zooming in towards the center, you'll immediately notice where some construction is taking place for Hub RTP, which we will talk about shortly, as well as the Shipping Container Entertainment Center of Boxyard RTP. As we move around, you'll see Fidelity, Lenovo, Cisco, and one thing to note is that these companies have large campuses with many buildings. Cisco, as an example, is showing buildings 10, 11, and 12 on the left side, so the larger company's footprint can be very large. We also mentioned Apple earlier, and this open forested area here is where Apple is planning to build their campus that will employ over 3,000 employees. One question I get quite a bit is where are the best places to live near RTP? So let's take a look. One thing you do have to look out for, especially if this bothers you, is which neighborhoods are subject to airplane noise, as many of the closest neighborhoods will be directly in the flight paths of the planes coming in and out of RDU. I've said in many other videos that Amberley and Cary Park are two great neighborhoods, as not only are they in a great location, but they're fairly affordable for Cary and their amenities are great, especially Amberley. There are some neighborhoods in Morrisville as you get closer to the airport that are easy drives into RTP. But again, you have to be okay with airplane noise. The same can be said for the Briar Creek and the Harrington Grove areas as well. If you look just a little bit further out, there's some great spots along Glenwood Avenue and Creedmoor Roads. In some areas just north of I-540 between Creedmoor and Six Forks for those who have higher budgets. The middle of Cary has quite a few very nice neighborhoods like Prestonwood, Highcroft, Weatherstone, and more that are also higher end options with pretty short commutes using back roads. In Durham, Woodlake, Woodcroft, and Hope Valley Farms are also great, reasonably priced neighborhoods with short commutes. And even neighborhoods in Chapel Hill like the Meadowmont area are good for those who work in the RTP area as well. And for those that want to live in RTP, there are recent apartment buildings that were constructed there as well. Now that we've covered the basics, let's get into some of the more fun things about RTP that not as many know about. Many of the companies with their larger campuses have their own outdoor spaces and sports facilities, but RTP itself has 20 plus miles of its own greenway trails running throughout the park. Its Frontier RTP space has over 500,000 square feet of meeting space that can be utilized by anyone. That includes both private offices, conference rooms, and meeting spaces for events. There's even a lab space available as it's aimed at helping startups meet and grow, and certain spaces are even dog-friendly. There are also a number of free exercise classes offered at Frontier RTP that include cardio classes, yoga, and more, which are a great added benefit. Boxyard RTP is a relatively new space made out of shipping containers that is made of a collective of small local restaurants, stores, and hosts live music as well. It is a really cool space with some great food and is a fun way to spend some time outside on a nice day, even if you don't work in RTP. But the most exciting thing to come to RTP is called the Hub RTP, which will be thought of as downtown RTP. Currently under construction today, Hub RTP will combine residential, commercial, and retail spaces into one area. It will include RTP's first true high-rise building with plenty of other commercial spaces and labs spread around. So many people will work right here in this area. But for the first time, there will be residential condos and apartments available for people to live in a walkable community, which will offer a similar feel to North Hills. There will be plenty of restaurants, breweries, and spaces for live music. And as of right now, the plan is to make the area a sip and stroll district like parts of downtown Raleigh, so you can take your alcoholic drink to go. This will be a beautiful space centered around Burden's Creek, as you can see from the renderings. And it's going to be somewhere that those who live even outside of RTP are going to want to visit. Between Hub RTP and the neighboring Boxyard RTP and Frontier RTP and all of the connected greenway trails, RTP is transforming itself into an all-around great park to not only work, but to live and play as well. This continued development will no doubt be a driving force behind the growing demand for the Raleigh-Durham area, and it will continue to attract top tech talent. I hope this gave you some insight into the Research Triangle Park. If you need any assistance finding a home in the area, our team specializes in relocation and we would love to help you. I'm Allison Warnerowski and thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video.